What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gershwan.
And today we're back at it to answer more questions from you guys in another snot-inducing, brain-hemorrhaging, pigeon-eating episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. I just tickled myself.
Oh.
The cord for the thing rubbed up against my leg. Just one of my legs, not the third leg. And it tickled me. And that's kind of what Isaac Langdon has done with his question. How do you permanently kill/eliminate a chaos god? It probably could never happen.
No.
For the reason for that is that the emotions of the psychically powerful races of the entire galaxy feed these chaos gods. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this in previous Greater Wall so many times that now I feel like we're pretty like strong in the belief or the understanding of how it works. But like if you have, for example, greed in your heart, like that type of emotion of like mine, it feeds Tzeentch, it feeds Nurgle, it feeds like Slaanesh because it generates a certain offset emotion.
Right.
So in order to fully eliminate a chaos god, you have to eliminate the emotions they embody, which overlap other emotions that embody other chaos gods.
Right. Because you may think, Khorne, obviously hate, anger, fighting, that kind of thing empowers him. But no, it's much more than that.
Honor is a thing.
Yeah. And it's like you're saying, it's not just the negative, it's also positive emotions too.
Yeah. Vendettas, like, getting revenge and stuff like that, which sounds like Tzeentch, because of plotting schemes to get revenge.
Yeah.
But that anger is a thing. So, like, what would that look like? I think there would have to be something that really, like, dumbs down all of the races in the 40k universe to a very, very minimal level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Either to the point of, like, mentally, where they're incapable of producing these beliefs, thoughts, and emotions, or to the point where you dwindle the population so low that they can't create a substantial amount of food source for them.
Yeah.
So because of that, like, I don't think that'll kill them, but that'll just weaken the Chaos Gods so low that they won't become that much of a threat.
Exactly. Yep. Next question comes from Martin von Posen. What is the most frequent question you get? I feel like we've been asked this question before, so I'm going to say that one.
I know in the past it's been like, well, what happens if the Kroot ate the Emperor? We also get the thing about the orcs being Krorks pretty often.
Yeah, but I think that's just a misunderstanding. And check out our 40 facts and lore on the Krork. I think that I do a really good job of explaining what the Krork are. Mm-hmm. They're not anything special. They're just orcs.
Yeah.
I do think, what would happen if this happened to the Emperor? So, like, if he died or got revived. Mm-hmm. Those questions get asked every single time in the comment section.
Yeah. The other one, too, is like, what would happen if the heresy never happened? Or if this person wasn't involved in the heresy? Or if these two Primarchs switched, one was traitor, one was loyalist? And yeah. I think ultimately it all goes to the same endpoint. You could try changing things left and right, removing characters from certain things, but I think at the end of the day, the universe had that certain, like, everything was pushing towards that same ideal, that same outcome. So
yeah, it's like the concept of fate,
in a way. Yes.
And free will, kind of. Next question.
This one is by GameShelf91. I love the lore, but I can't get into the tabletop yet due to the price and me being in college. So, what would you say is a good way to engage more with the franchise besides books and the tabletop?
Drop out, man. It's not worth it. just like, I don't know, become the next Jeff Bezos.
Oh, of course, because everybody can do that.
Yeah. I don't even think he dropped out. I think he had like a degree, but so that's a tough one.
The only thing I could think of that's pretty easy and like you'll have it on you at all times is download an audiobook. When you're on the drive home, when you've got some downtime between classes, just listen to some stuff. Download 40k games. Not all of them are great. Some of them are literally just like a game of checkers with a 40k skin slapped on it.
Yeah.
But at least it'll keep you engaged with the media. You'll learn new characters. You'll learn certain models and stuff like that. But I think the best way is just get an audiobook or pick up a novel or something.
Yep. Another thing that would be really cool, it's something that we do that play the tabletop, even though we don't necessarily, like, we haven't played the tabletop in at least 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So another thing you could do is, you don't have to buy the minis, you don't have to paint the minis, you don't have to do any of this. Start creating your own homebrew chapter. And like, I have a 40 facts video on how to do that. Take away the gaming piece, just focus on the lore, and whenever you have a question about something, like who could my Primarch gene seed come from, or where could that come from, jump into the wiki, research all the different Primarchs, and then you interact with the lore, you learn about the lore, and then once you have the homebrew chapter concept done, you put it online.
On the forums.
Yeah, on the forums and stuff like that. And that's a way to engage with the 40k like universe and the community, understand it and all that kind of stuff. Or sorry, yeah, that's how you engage with 40k, by adding to the community, because now you have a successor chapter that other people can like look at and feel like, oh, cool, this is, that's in addition to this universe.
Right.
Also, you could do that with every single thing.
Yeah.
I remember the Beast Snagger boys were not really a thing until now. They were part of the snakebite thing. So like somebody, like I used to think like, oh, the tribes are set in stone. Like it's really hard to create a new tribe, but no, you can do it. You can create your own tribe if you wanted to, of orcs.
Yeah.
The same can be said about the Tau. Different like seps. Yeah. So yeah, have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, if if Dogecoin goes to the moon, like everybody said it was going to, then yeah. Even though, check out VXV. That's a pretty good coin. Next question.
Seymour Fields. If the Big E is white on the Magic Gathering wheel, where do the other warp gods land? I have Khorne on red, the Changer of Ways Zeech on blue, Nurgle on black. Does She Who Thirsts belongs on green? Why or why not?
I would have it flipped with Nurgle and Slaanesh. So green is Nurgle, because growth and like vegetation, life, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the black would be, what is it? Like necromancy and all that kind of stuff. I feel that's kind of Slaanesh. No, but I guess you can argue that it's Nurgle too. That's a tough one.
Black and green, I think, would fit Nurgle if you're doing like duos.
Oh yeah. But Slaanesh, what's like that?
Slaanesh is a hard one. I would say maybe
Red,
white and green for Slaanesh.
Yeah. Because the way I see it is kind of like the concept of honor. It's very Slaanesh because there's pleasure and ego in being honorable and being like the best warrior, but there's also obviously Khorne. Mm-hmm. So that's why I would say red and white. Because isn't that what white is? Honor?
For the most part, yeah. You could always twist things to make it fit your narrative. Yeah.
That's a good question though. We haven't played Magic in a while either.
Yeah, longer than 3 months.
Yeah. We're about to play D&D though in a couple weeks. That's gonna be exciting. This next question comes from Juan Jose Medeville. Can a crazed but not corrupt psyker create a real tulpa? What's a tulpa?
I don't know. What's a tulpa with you? Yeah, I don't know. TULPA? I don't know what that is.
There's a creepypasta on a tulpa. I have to look it up. I don't like creepypastas though.
Speaking of creepypastas, they're coming out soon.
Oh yeah, Halloween.
Spooktober comes out pretty soon. Yeah. It's like, what, 2 weeks left, and then it's October time? Spoopy time?
Really? Damn.
This next question, while you're looking up what tulpa means, is by the big one. What do you do if your best friend's girl smashed the homie, but plot twist, that homie was you?
Hold on, I gotta draw this diagram. So,
Your best friend's girl
your best friend's girl.
smashed the homie, but you were the homie. So your best friend's girl smashed you.
You need to get to your homie before she does and say, hey, I did this for you. I wanted to show you that she ain't faithful. Before she goes to him and says, hey, I did this for you. I wanted to show you that your homie ain't faithful. So it's a race.
Right. Who can smash the homie first?
No, who can get to the homie first?
And then smash them.
And then smash. Because then it's like, see, you had me all along. You don't need her. And then you guys make out.
Right. And then she opens the door and sees you mid-makeout sesh.
And then it goes, bam, chicka, wow, wow. And I'm pretty sure, like, that's the start to a threesome.
Mm-hmm.
And enjoy.
Right. Because nobody's faithful.
No. Well,
Maybe you were all faithful all along.
yeah. Maybe you guys wanted that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
What is time, really?
Right.
Next question.
Damned Legion says, is the Emperor the fifth chaos god of deceit and deception, the actual god of malice and subterfuge? Suffer not the alien to live, for the watch shall purge and chaos within.
No.
Nah. Do you think malice or Malau will ever become canon in one way, shape, or form?
Maybe, like, he'll get, like, a... What is it called? Somebody will allude to him, and
Like
he'll
a
get
cameo.
a cameo. There you go. But, yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be a thing.
No. Do you ever think there will be another chaos god?
Yes, the big E will become the chaos god of order and chaos, or hope.
Yeah. It's funny because when you think of the big E, most people think of the Emperor, but I think of the E between Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Did you know, interesting fact about, like, those delivery service food places? Chuck E. Cheese is listed not as Chuck E. Cheese, but as a pizza place. Like a separate pizza place. It's called a ghost kitchen. And you could actually order from there, and Pizza Hut or Chuck E. Cheese will give you their pizza in a different box, in a different name. You get what I'm saying?
I do. Kind of like how Mr. Beast does it.
Is that what he does?
Like he's got like ghost kitchens.
Oh, yeah.
And they just make it based off of his menu.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that. But, well, because, like, yeah, maybe. That just seems like there's, like, a whole new avenue that just opened up for people who are good cooks. Like, you no longer need a brick and mortar store. I mean, obviously, you need...
brick and mortar ingredients.
Yeah, you need okay from the, what do you call it? The city to be like, yes, you can cook food for other people. Because, like, at my parents' house, there used to be a lady down the street that made some amazing gorditas. They were amazing, delicious. But she would sell them out of her house. So you'd place the order, go pick them up on, like, Sunday or whatever. And then, I guess, the city found out, and they got her in trouble. She got a fine and all this kind of stuff. But now people are doing it with the ghost kitchens. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of annoying.
I'm scared of ghosts, so...
Yeah.
Can you be scared of something you don't believe in?
Yeah, for sure. I went on a lantern tour. Or no, it wasn't a lantern tour. It was just a tour inside the caves in Colorado Springs recently. If you guys are from Colorado, I think it's Cave of the Winds. They gave us a tour. I know ghosts aren't real. Our tour guy said, this is the most haunted place in the entire...
And you were instantly scared.
I was, yeah. Because I was in an atmosphere where, like, you're inside of a mountain. This dude just said that it's haunted.
But you know they're not real.
I know, but what is it then? And then he just starts talking. Oh, and then he did this thing where he turned off all the lights, and it's the darkest dark there is. He said, within 10 minutes, you're going to start to hallucinate. It's like, nope, turn the lights back on, because I'm not doing this.
Call the Emperor.
Ghost kitchens. A ghost kitchen inside of a cave.
That's scary.
I would buy from there.
Sean Lorway says, so Lorgar was angry that the Emperor would not accept that he was a god. So, is it possible that Lorgar joined Chaos not to defeat the Emperor, but to instead create an enemy so powerful that it would help force the Emperor to ascend to godhood? Big brain plays by Lorgar. If that actually was a thing, I'd be surprised that GW actually managed to pull it off.
Yeah. It could be an accidental thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that GW is
yeah.
planning that.
No.
That's a really good concept.
So he's like a loyalist within Chaos. That's not the Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
That's,
Big bank take little bank.
Yeah, that's the thing of making something afraid of you when you don't believe it. Like, oh, the Emperor doesn't believe he's gonna be a god. Watch me make him believe.
Is
And
that
become.
Is that a reference to me not being scared of ghosts, even though I don't believe in ghosts?
But you were scared of ghosts.
I was scared of the ghost. It was a cat ghost. Jean Hippolyte says, as a black person, I've always wanted to confirm if there are any black people or other minorities in the 40k verse. Almost all of the art seems to depict European-looking people. I know the salamanders are black-skinned, but are they black in the facial sense of the word, or racial sense of the word? We get this question every now and then, and there are black people in, like, even the old 40k art.
Yeah.
Not Blanchitsu and what's his name? David Blanche. Is it Dave Blanche?
I think it's something to Blanche.
Yeah. Not in that sense, but there's a lot of depictions. There's this really cool one of like I think they're just Imperial Guardsmen and they're fighting the Tau and they're just like shooting and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's even a chapter called the Saber or something.
Silver Sables?
Yeah, that one. That's a tongue twister.
But you are starting to see more and more of that nowadays. Like in one of the more recent Gilliman novels, you do have an African-American Ultramarine.
And I think it's really funny that that's an issue, or that's something talked about when, like, that's really just to appease a certain type of, like, concept. Because they're living on different planets. Like, you're instantly not that.
Right.
Because, like, you have abhumans who are, squats and ogrins and stuff like that.
You've got furries.
Yeah.
Minotaurs.
Like, Asian people are not going to look the same. Europeans are not going to look the same. And, like, there's even discrepancies within, like, the different European, like, nations and stuff like that.
Not just that, but the whole thing. Even if you go on Terra and you look at the people there, they're just like a mixture of everything.
And they lived to 500 years.
Yeah. Not just that, but you have so much augmentations and like radiation poisoning and all this that, like, if you say, hey, this is a Mexican from like the caves where the ghosts live, you're going to be like, nah, that's not. But it's like, you don't know because of all the wars that were on Terra. There's just so much going on there to shape the human genome that they could be unrecognizable.
Yeah. But yeah, you could make the argument that there's like because if we go back to the dark age of technology when humanity left Terra, you can make the argument that there was like some African nation, probably Ethiopia, ventured out, colonized the planet. For some reason, they didn't want other people from that race to exist, or for other races to exist within that planet, and they only bred within themselves, and they created a closed-off, what is it called?
Population?
Yeah. And then that generated, or that turned into some type of recruitment world or whatever. So you could argue that you can do that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's up to you.
Right.
The homebrewiness of 40k is what makes it awesome.
Right.
Yeah. Those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk tomorrow.
That's right. This has been The Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.